It was interesting. Leading up to the last show, I'd say about 4 weeks before the show, everybody was just fighting all the time. I mean, me and the writers, and the actors were not happy, and it was just not a good time. And so we all said, we better sit down and talk about this. So we started talking, and this and this. And Ted Knight said, don't you know we're all afraid of leaving each other? And it struck us, although nobody was aware, because it was maybe 5 or 6 weeks from the end. That's what was happening. We were all just anticipating every day is getting closer and closer to the end. And it was really a very interesting psychological thing coming from Ted. And we came to do the last show. And the last show is about, basically, a group of people who've been together for 8 years saying goodbye, knowing that they weren't going to be together again. And so the actors were acting what the reality was. And it was very difficult. And the writers couldn't write the last scene. What they did is all of them got together and wrote the whole script. So, I mean, no one or two people got credit. They all wrote the last script, except we didn't get the last scene because they couldn't bring themselves to write the last scene. So it was a very, very painful, difficult week in that every day was one last day. And they finally sent, like on a Wednesday, the last scene down, and it didn't work. And Betty wasn't in it, and there wasn't a lot of emotion. And somehow we tried it on the stage, and we just knew it wasn't working. So we called the guys down, and we said, you know, Betty should be in it. What if so-and-so and so-and-so happened? And they went up, and Thursday night, they did a total rewrite, which we got on the stage Friday, which is show day. So we didn't have a lot of time to do it. I remember saying to Ed, first rehearsal, Ed has a line, I treasure you people. And he read it, and tears started streaming down all of our eyes. So I said to Ed, don't say that, don't do that. Don't say that line until the show. Just don't, it's too much of a killer. And Mary has this long speech. I said, the only direction I gave to her was hold off crying as long as you can. If you're crying, the audience won't be. Don't allow it to happen. And when we shot the show, I was looking in her eyes, and I could see the tears just starting to well up. And I started crying, and the audience was crying. And the end of the show, she walks out of the newsroom, turns the lights out, looks, and goes, and that's the ending. And she turned the lights out, and a dimmer man is supposed to turn them out. And he was so involved, he forgot. So she turns the light out, and nothing happens. So we had to go back and shoot that a little bit. But it was tough. Oh, it was a tough week. Because we were all feeling what the actors were playing.